So apparently it seems like we are starting to vlog today. Great weather outside. We are vlogging. Hi Paul.
Hi, Kamal.
Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome back to my first vlog. Kind of weird saying that. I'm trying to name this as Kunal's Chatterbox. Let's see how this one goes. Just wanted to hang around in the city, talk to you. I have a topic in mind which I wanted to talk to you about from a long time. So thought, why not? Come with me on a walk along the Clyde. But before this, oh, you see this? The people on the that is one big advantage of having summer in Glasgow. Okay, so the reason of we are vlogging today because I want to discuss on a topic. I didn't want this to be just talking random. I want this to be meaningful vlog. So the topic that I thought and was on my mind for quite some time was starting before you're ready. Now, as a photographer or YouTuber or any other career that you're thinking to take up as full time or looking to start a new business, we always wait, right? I waited for 8 years. We always wait. What is this waiting for? Waiting to get a right skills, waiting for the right time, waiting for the right gear. That waiting never goes away. We somehow very craftily manipulate our mind to wait a little longer, maybe to get a little bit more skills, maybe learn a little bit more, make us financially secure a bit more, and that waiting never goes away. Now, my example, I've talked this about a lot in my other YouTube videos, but this perfectly matches with this topic for today. I was doing photography for 8 years, 5 years as a hobby, 3 years as full time. But until 3 months ago, I always thought that I'm not ready yet to start a YouTube channel. It's a whole different game, by the way. Talking to the camera like this, video. Instead of behind the camera, you have to be in front of the camera, talk in front of public, which is still a big fear. But yeah, I never thought that I was ready. I thought that I need more fancy gear, maybe a Sony FX3, maybe a red camera, anything that is much more fancy because it's not about photography. We are recording videos. We need the best resolution from a camera. And guess what? I'm recording this on iPhone. I need a fancy YouTube studio. Well, you're recording videos, so you need a fancy studio behind you. Need to be like Casey Neistat, MKBHD. Everything has to be perfect. Sound has to be perfect. Noise has to be balanced. There has to be different color lights on corners of your room. Nah, did I really need that? Till I pressed that record button, or someone else recorded my first video. I never thought I was good enough to be a YouTuber. I wished I had started sooner instead of trying to be ready, because that ready the feeling that never goes away ever. So I was dealing it, right? Now, when I first came to Scotland and started taking pictures, I didn't have all the basic knowledge about, let's say, f-stop, shutter speed. ISO, rule of thirds, depth of field, how long the shutter should be for long exposure, how to operate your camera for night type of sceneries. But that is something I learned on the way, right? I didn't have to know that before pressing the shutter button. I realized there were some mistakes I was making, but your brain intuitively, I hope I'm saying that word correctly, intuitively makes you look for solutions whenever a problem comes in your way. Maybe in this case, it asked me to look for solutions in the catalog that came with the camera, maybe look for solutions on YouTube, maybe talk to my friends, but I didn't have to know all those solutions beforehand. If I do that, I will never be able to switch on the camera. I genuinely wish I had applied this concept before starting my YouTube channel. I would have saved myself 8 years. But that's okay, we learn. Even after 8 years, we learn.
For me, I started literally as soon as I found a passion in it. I found as soon as I locked in on one thing, because I started with like music and stuff, and I thought I really liked music, but now I think now that I've done photography, I genuinely think that's the one thing. If you find something, basically, if you find something that you like, lock in on it, lock in it, and it will. I think if you put enough passion and time to it, it will be successful.
You'll just keep learning things,
exactly,
right?
And you pick up things as well. Yeah.
Hi. See, I don't even ready to speaking to the camera, but I'm just doing it. So I think everybody should do the same. Whatever is you want to do, whatever is you like, whatever is you want to just achieve in the future, just go for it and just don't think about that, because the time you're thinking is just going fly away and it's never gonna coming back. So I think everybody just should go for it, even if we are not ready. But actually, we are ready already.
Hi, Kunal. An interesting idea, starting before you're ready. I think I started my photography a long time ago. I think being a photographer for a long time now, I'm starting a new part of my photographic career, for want of a better word, when I retired from work, in as much as I'm now using my photography for my art, which I started probably about 10-12 years ago. So being ready was more about planning. I had always planned to retire at 60 and do something with my photography. Just so happens I did. I picked up on encaustic photography, and that is being where I have started to move towards. So it's not about starting before you're ready, it's being ready to start. And for me, it was about being ready to start something new, which I have done in the last 10 years and managed to do when I retired. So the important things with that are essentially planning, setting goals, aiming for your goals, and assessing them. If you don't reach your goals, assess them, reevaluate, and start again. You've got to be ready to do that. With photography, there are so many genres, so many things that you can do. The most important thing is to start.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. And fear stands for future events already ruined. So just go for it.
Now, as a beginner photographer or YouTuber, if you're walking in the city, you always have this fear that what people around you might be thinking. So, and that creates a pressure. And that pressure bubble always keeps getting intense and intense the more you stay out. But here's the situation, and here's the harsh truth. Nobody gives a damn. Nobody gives a damn what you're talking about. Nobody gives a damn what you're doing. Yes, they will look at you for a few seconds, because of course it's a bit different. Somebody is walking by with their camera to their face and talking. Of course they will think about for a few seconds, and then they will pass by, right? Nobody will give a lot of thought or come and stop you that, hey, what are you doing? Maybe that will happen, and that might give rise to an interesting conversation that might happen, and that would be a good content, right? So once again, Nobody gives a damn of what you're doing. Just create content and be happy. Now, since I have this fear of talking in the public, so let's put myself in a bit awkward situation. I'm just gonna keep walking on this street till I reach near my house, and I'm gonna look at my camera. You may hear me properly, you may not hear me. Sorry for that if you can't hear me, but I'm gonna put myself in this situation, and I'm just keep gonna walking. Yes, people are gonna be staring at me, but that's okay. But if you wanna get over that fear, you will have to be in that situation, right? You can't overcome a situation unless you are being in that situation. So let's do this. Let's walk around. Let's cross roads. By the way, what else is happening in your life? Tell me in the comments. It's a beautiful day. I mean, you can see in the background, up in the sky, blue sky. Look at that. This is amazing. It does feel a little awkward. I'm having butterflies, but that's okay. We're gonna keep marching. Maybe walk a bit more speedily, but we're gonna do it at least for another 2 minutes. The house is not that far, but that's okay. We're gonna wait here to cross.
More eyes on you. Oh, that's okay. We are going to be okay. I wish I'd learned the song. That would have kept me busy. Oh, there's a dog right here. Hiya. So what's his name? What's his name? Hiya, sorry. Hiya. The cute dog. So how are we doing so far now? You tell me. We're walking. And we are talking crap. Something that I wanted to avoid it. But that's fine. It's the first vlog. You will forgive me. Next vlog I'll have a bit more sensible talk. We'll do this in every vlog. We'll walk for a couple of minutes. You'll walk with me. And we'll talk something about it. Put myself in this situation. And hopefully, in a couple of months' time, I record on every Thursday. Oh, sorry, I post on every Thursday on YouTube. So if I do this once a week, maybe twice a week.
Actually, I will show you something. There is a police box which is taken over by cheese box. Nice cheese. So I might order from him something to eat, and that is where we can cut off this section. It's literally 30 seconds from my house. Let me show you. So you see those, oh, where is my hand? So you see those pillars, that large pillars. So that is the building I stay in. So I can say I can safely close off now, but oh no, the cheese box is closed. Oh. That is the cheese box. If you want to know, that is Wilson Street in Glasgow, and that's the cheese box. Brilliant. The kind of cheese he has is cheese wheel. It melts and then slides over the cheese onto your bread. Awesome. 100% recommended. Sadly, it's closed today, maybe for some reason. But yeah, we are here. We are almost here. So I'll cut off this section and then begin the closing remarks for this vlog. But thank you so much. 7 minutes you stayed along with me. Oh my God. Thank you so much. But let's disconnect this. Now, in the end, thank you so much for walking with me for so long. But here's something to finish up this vlog. You know J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter and all. She wrote her novel even before she was famous on a train as a single mom. She didn't have any publisher. There was no guarantee it will be the Harry Potter that it is today, but it did happen. Steve Jobs, I'm recording this on iPhone, so makes perfect sense. Dropped out of the college to start Apple. Now, Steve Jobs could have waited to get his degree before starting Apple. J.K. Rowling could have waited to get the publisher and some funding and didn't have to go through to write her first novel. But we wouldn't have seen the Harry Potter. We may not have seen Apple, the Apple that is today, unless they took the decision to start rather than being ready, isn't it? I shouldn't be putting myself next to these two great people, but just my own example because I am the one standing right now. So I wouldn't have dared to press that button if it didn't come to a point that let's see what happens. I could have done it much sooner. That's why the reason of making this vlog, so that maybe it might save you some time. It is not that difficult. The only thing that is stopping you to make that start, I'm sorry to say, is you. You're the only one stopping yourself to be the person you dream of every night. So just press that record button. That record button could be the record button actually on a camera if you want to be a photographer or videographer, or the record button could be to pick up that painting brush that you always wanted to paint something and just paint it out. Could be an abstract, it's not the greatest thing, call it an abstract, and it might be a beautiful abstract few years down the line, but unless you pick up that pencil and start doodling around, you would never know how good you are. So put that fear in the bin, throw it out of your window and start recording. You know why? Because, hear me very carefully, start before you are ready. If you like this vlog, if it made any sense to you, please drop a like and comment. It definitely helps me to create more content like this, and I'm hoping this will be someday my full-time thing. So in order for that to happen, I really need to see that there is a value that I'm able to give it to you guys, and the only way to measure that is I can see there is an engagement, I can see there is a community building, and I really can assure you and promise you that I'll be able to create much more meaningful content. Again, as I said, this vlog is not just random crap I'm talking to you about. I really want to impart some wisdom to you, hopefully with the hope that you will be uplifted in your career. Even if it's by 5%, my job is done. So till then, I'll come back with another vlog and we will do this exercise and we'll have a much better conversation topics than today. Okay, take care, keep smiling, keep dreaming, and put in an action to make that dream a reality. Take care, bye.